Austin Aries. This close to getting my revenge on you, but I got something that was more important. I got a taste, and revenge, well, it tastes sweet like chocolate peanut butter pie. And I'm hungry like Elvis in 1975. I'll be coming for you again. Generation Next, all three of you have bullseyes right here. And to quote somebody that all four of us once beat up in Ring of Honor, bang bang.
What a beautiful day, and what a beautiful hospital for the American Dragon for tonight. Friday the 13th. Today in Dayton, I'm going to be charged with a homicide.
Your mouth when I'm out here, and you show me some respect. That goes for you too, Toots. If I want you to open your mouth, I'll drop my pants. Now, as you can see, Generation Next is at full strength tonight. You see tonight, my man right here, the man who defies gravity, Jack Evans. Jack Evans is going to get some revenge on Samoa Joe for the beating he took last time. And after Jack Evans beats Samoa Joe here tonight, he will prove just how meaningless the pure title really is. And it's something I took away. So we're not afraid of Samoa Joe. You see, tonight Roderick Strong, the Messiah, the backbreaker, he's going to finish the job that I started. And he's going to take Shelley out once and for all. And then tonight, I'm going to crush the dreams of poor little James Gibson. And I'm going to retain my ROH World title. Because I'm the most dominant ROH champion ever. You see, I've taken this belt not only from territory to territory in the United States, but I've taken this belt all over the globe. I've gone to Canada, I've gone to Austria, I've gone to Switzerland, I'm going to Mexico, and I'm going to stop until I take
right there when I was kicking your guys' asses, I couldn't help but notice something a little odd. And that's that Roderick Strong's fingers and Jack Evans' mouth smells suspicious. suspiciously like Austin Aries' ass. Believe me, nobody knows how Generation X operates, and I don't mean in the bedroom, more than I do. So, Roderick, if you got the guts, pal, why don't you send them to the back and take me on one-on-one?
And he broke my chain! He broke my chain!
$1,000 glasses! Take care of it. No one embarrasses me. No one embarrasses me.
Get into the ring.
Finish him. No one embarrasses me.
Finish when I started, Roderick.
You already are. Take care of it.
It is May 13th, 2005. We are in Dayton, Ohio for the final showdown. Dave Prazak joined by CM Punk as Alex Shelley has sent Austin Aries and Jack Evans back to the locker room. One-on-one contest as former tag team partners collide.
See Austin Aries telling Roderick Strong nobody embarrasses him and sending Roderick Strong, the policeman of Generation X, after Alex Shelley.
Alex Shelley taking Austin Aries to the limit last weekend in Manhattan. Tonight he gets his hands on Roderick Strong as Shelley holds onto the wrist lock and Roderick counters out of it into a wrist lock of his own. Takes Shelley down to the canvas and back to his feet comes Shelley.
You know, Dave, I'm looking at my itinerary here and this is not our scheduled opening bout.
Well, Alex Shelley taking charge of the situation and he wants to get it done right now as Roderick Strong reaches the ropes.
He's basically one step ahead of Generation Next, the faction that he started almost a year ago. And Dave, it's Friday the 13th here. Friday the 13th. You know what that means? It's definitely somebody's unlucky day.
Yeah. Holding on to the side headlock now, Roderick Strong. Of course, this is the final showdown due to the steel cage matchup between Bryan Danielson and Homicide to settle the best of 5 series. Going for the Border City stretch right there, but quickly maneuvers his way out of it and a slap right across the face.
Alex Shelley might not want to trade strikes with Roderick Strong. Obviously, Roderick Strong's a heavy hitter. He's got some of the hardest chops here in Ring of Honor. And I want to go back to that comment earlier that Austin Aries said that nobody embarrasses him. And I got to say, nobody embarrasses himself quite like himself. Austin Aries wearing a shirt that looked, it appeared to be about $2.50.
Hey, where'd you get that? At a thrift store?
It had to be.
Backed into the corner now. Referee Bruce Gray asking for a clean break. Jockeying for position right here. No love lost between these two as Shelley takes him down to the canvas.
Shelley got right after that arm.
Way too close to the ropes.
Roderick Strong's ring savvy has been increasing throughout the year. Lots of improvement I'm seeing in Roderick Strong. So much that I would like a one-on-one contest with him, Dave Prazak. How about that?
I would look forward to a match like that.
You know, I beat Alex Shelley in the same building last time we were here, taking care of my old past differences with Alex Shelley. And I have yet to see Roderick Strong one-on-one in the ring, and I definitely love to test his mettle.
Hesitant to get back in the ring himself. Shelley's ready to fight.
Well, Alex Shelley seems to be on a hot streak right now, and Roderick Strong's taking his time getting back in the ring. That's called icing the kicker, if this was, of course, football.
But it's not football. It's actually professional wrestling.
Yeah, football's fake, man.
Clubbing forearm across the back of Alex Shelley. Roderick Strong just measures him for that forearm strike, but Shelley fires right back. Forearm exchange between these two. Knee to the midsection puts a stop to Shelley's offense.
And right there is what I was talking about, Roderick Strong's ring savvy. Perhaps wanting to trade shots with Alex Shelley. About a year ago, you'd see he wouldn't back down. He'd keep trading shots. This time he goes low. He just kicked
right to the side of the face with the boot.
And Alex Shelley's eyes are officially crossed.
Roderick Strong going back to work, picks him back up, half Nelson, backbreaker, no, countered into an arm drag. Well, going for shell shock, but cartwheels his way out of it. He's got Shelley on his shoulders, going to drop him across the knees. Shelley counters out of that.
Both men know each other's maneuvers very, very well. Border City stretch!
No, maneuvers his way out of that. Takes the leg out from Shelley. Looking for that Boston Crab, but Shelley counters.
It's an amazing series of counter wrestling right there, Dave Prazak, and you see both men back to their feet, almost nodding approval at one another.
That's what happens when you're tag team partners for such a long period of time. You get to know your partner and future opponent's offense even before you can dish it out.
Well, Alex Shelley didn't see that one coming.
Another hard chop in the corner. As you said, Roderick Strong, some of the most vicious chops in wrestling today. As Shelley set in. Going for the head scissors, and he takes him over. Back to his feet, boots the midsection, and connects with the spinning heel kick.
A couple of new maneuvers in the repertoire of Alex Shelley here. He came to fight.
And add a little insult to injury right there.
Now that was uncalled for. Also disgusting.
Trying to pull him back inside the ring now.
Dave Prazak, I want to hear it right now. Prediction, who's winning here?
I got to hand it to Shelley. He's determined to prove that he was the leader of Generation Next. He was the key to that unit. And he is better off without being aligned with Jack Evans, Austin Aries, and Roderick Strong. Just slapping him across the face right there. Holding onto the wrist, though. Connects with the elbow, does Strong.
Well, Jack Evans and Austin Aries were sent to the back. You got to wonder if they're going to come back, maybe play a role in this match. But I do have to give the edge to Alex Shelley. Even though he's maybe wrestling more emotionally right now, I don't think he's inclined to make a mistake.
Landing on his feet, step up Enziguri sends Strong through the ropes and out to the floor.
Alex Shelley springboards off the second rope. Tope con hilo of sorts to the floor. And Alex Shelley is fired up.
Winning over the fans here in Dayton. The question is, can he win over the other wrestlers in the locker room? It seems he has no friends. Nobody can trust him or forgive him for the sins of Generation Next in the past.
Sending Roderick Strong hard into those metal guardrails.
But he's trying his best to show everyone that he has changed, that he has seen the light. And if breaking away from the other three will do things for his career, do good things for Alex Shelley, then he is on the right path as he sends Strong into the steel barricade.
Basking in the adulation of these fans. Look at those neon jumpsuits.
Wow.
Don't stare directly at it, Dave Prazak.
Trying not to.
You'll burn the cones and rods in your eye.
Pitches him back inside the ring. Shelley now maybe looking to go up top.
Thus far, Shelley been one step ahead of Roderick Strong, one step ahead of the entire Generation X faction.
Hopefully it will stay one-on-one, and we won't see Evans or Aries make their way to ringside. Shelley in control of the contest right here. Just measures him, kick right upside the head. But Roderick fires back. Of course, later on tonight, Austin Aries to defend the ROH World title against James Gibson. As right now, Shelley hot-shotted on the top rope. Just waiting for him to get back up. And a kick right to that back. The Messiah of the backbreaker going to work on that body part on Alex Shelley.
Now only does Alex Shelley not have to worry about backbreakers. He's got to worry about that Boston Crab that Roderick Strong's been utilizing lately.
The modified Boston Crab driving the knee into the back while holding onto the legs. And again, more devastation to the back, driving him right into the edge of the ring apron.
Yeah, I definitely want to get in the ring with Roderick Strong. He's showing me something, Dave. As much as I don't like him, he's showing me something.
Well, he's showing his cockiness right there, just standing on his head. He needs to focus on getting the action back inside the ring and going for the win.
Yes, Lord knows there's no room for cockiness in a Ring of Honor ring.
Drives the back into the ring post. And this time he drops him over the barricade.
Very smart, softening up both sides.
Crowd encouraging Alex Shelley to get back to his feet here as Roderick pitches him back inside.
Lateral press, but only gets a 2 count. You got to hook the leg here in Ring of Honor, Roderick Strong. You know, that new Boston Crab that he's been utilizing, you know, you don't think it's a devastating maneuver, Dave Prazak. Ask James Gibson how much it hurts. He applied that hold to him at the best of the American Super Juniors tournament, and Gibson almost hasn't been the same since.
Yeah, nagging back injury as a result of that hold.
That is not a pin attempt.
No, again, it's just more cockiness from Roderick Strong. Not necessarily going for the victory, just trying to rub it in Shelley's face. As you can hear the fans here in Dayton get behind Alex Shelley. Rolls him up!
Schoolboy, no, rolls through.
The Border City stretch cinched in. Oh, counters into a near fall right there. Butterflies the arms, butterfly suplex. Takes Shelley down to the canvas.
But you see some of the exhaustion settling in on the face of Roderick Strong right there. That match could have been over right then and there.
Right in the center of the ring. Body scissors applied. Grabs hold of the arms, stretching out that back.
That does a lot of damage to your shoulders, too. You know, in the past, Alex Shelley suffered a broken collarbone.
Trying to roll his shoulders down to the canvas now. Referee Bruce Gray right on top of the action, but only two.
Shelley now in the ropes.
And again, stomping away on the back, trying to soften him up.
Is it true that Bruce Gray's colorblind?
Yes, he's colorblind.
Wow.
I don't know if that I don't know if that impairs his judgment as a referee.
Does Ring of Honor get tax breaks for letting all these blind people work here?
I wonder if he's going to be assigned to more matches than any other referee on the card because of those two people in the front row. I mean, it doesn't really affect him if he stares right at him.
Alex Shelley firing back on Roderick Strong now.
Staying on his feet. Forearm exchange, neither man going down.
Oh, drop kick, both feet right to the chin of Alex Shelley. And you see the pain etched all over his face. This could be Alex Shelley's bad luck day here Friday the 13th in Dayton, Ohio. He's already cursed with two first names.
That's true. Alex and Shelley, for those playing along at home. Picks him up, going for one of those backbreakers, but no. Elbows to the side of the head. Knee to the midsection from Strong. Slap right across the face.
How insulting. And this late in the game in a match like this where both men are tired, both men are giving it their all. The freaky retard strength of Roderick Strong seems to shine through here. Going for this vertical suplex.
Golden Gate swing from Alex Shelley. As referee Bruce Gray puts the count on both athletes. A very taxing matchup on both men, and especially the back of Alex Shelley. Looking for the support of the fans here in Dayton.
Hey, what about later on? What about me and Ace Steel against the tag team champions? We're going to get gold, Dave Prazak.
Good opportunity for the Second City Saints as now Roderick Strong takes him over the sunset flip, rolls through and connects with a drop kick. A little bit of payback right to the jaw of Strong.
You piece of shit!
Whoa!
And now again, maybe letting his emotions get the best of him here. Picks him back up. Shelley sends him in. No reversal of the web. Off the second rope. Swinging DDT connects.
But the concrete head of Roderick Strong hanging outside the ring. He hooks the leg.
I didn't know he had a concrete head.
He does, man. Look at it. Have you ever seen Roderick Strong busted open?
I'd say I have.
It's granite. And don't take him for granted. He's a tough little son of a, you know.
Yeah, that. Picks him back up. Another strike from Shelley. What could he have in mind from this position? Sends him into the buckle. Comes charging. Elevated up and over, but landing on the apron is Shelley. Connects with another solid shot. Going for the shoulder block to the midsection, but Strong just kicks away. Nice combination. Oh, more devastation to the back back, but Shelley has enough to kick out and stay in this matchup. The double stomp across the back in the corner, followed up by the backbreaker. Can't put him away.
Roderick Strong, you got to think, is going to be setting up for that Boston Crab now.
Elevates Shelley. The ribs right across the knees of Roderick Strong. And runs right into the kick from Shelley. Shelley comes charging now. Who's going to get the advantage here? Up on the shoulders of Roderick Strong. Plants him. Rolls Shelley back to his feet. Holds onto the arm. Sends him into the ropes. And connects with the kick. Strong quickly going for the cover, but not enough.
Managed to get his feet on the ropes. Referee Bruce Gray in great position for that right there. Roderick Strong now looks to be setting up for maybe a Yakuza kick here.
Comes charging. No, Shelley moves out of the way. Super kick.
That's two.
Shell shock.
That's how she wrote.
What? He kicked out of shell shock. Roderick Strong kicked out of shell shock.
He's going for it again. He hits it twice.
Two.
That's got to be it, Dave.
And it is. Two shell shocks from Alex Shelley. Puts away Roderick Strong as Alex Shelley continues his climb in singles competition away from Generation Next here in Ring of Honor.
Oh, wait a minute, Dave. We got Austin Aries and Evans in the ring right now.
Oh, Shelley out to the floor. Once again, outsmarting Generation Next.
Of a helicopter from New York City into Dayton, Ohio, CM Punk, we are finally going to end this stupid battle. Jimmy Rave, what did you tell me on the helicopter earlier on today?
CM Punk, tomorrow in Chicago, when I end your career in front of your hometown people in a steel cage, when I leave you in a bloody mess, then you'll realize why I am the next big thing in Ring of Honor.
The next big thing, and let me tell you, CM Punk, if you even make it to tomorrow with the plans that the embassy have for today in Dayton, Ohio, my friend, we'll just have to wait and see. Come on, let's head inside, brother.
Introducing first, from Chicago, Illinois, weight unknown, he is the one and only Mass Chicago Superstar.
Starting quickly here as the masked Chicago Superstar goes to work on Matt Stryker, one of Ohio's own, choosing only to wrestle here in the Midwest. Says that the East Coast fans don't really respect him, and he doesn't really like them either. Stay tuned, because right after this match, we are going to go into Bryan Danielson's locker room as he's getting ready for that steel cage match against Homicide. CM Punk, you're a little bit quiet here.
Well, I was just marveling at the fact that Prince Nana and Jimmy Rave had the gall to show up here in a helicopter. And I really hope they show up tomorrow in a helicopter, Dave, because they're going to need that helicopter to airlift Jimmy Rave to Silver Cross Hospital. Because I got a cage match with Jimmy Rave tomorrow, and I'm going to make Jimmy Rave bleed, and I'm going to carve his face up like a pumpkin and send him home to his mama in a box. So I hope Nana brings that helicopter, and I hope he holds Jimmy Rave's hand as the blood spills down his face, and maybe I'm going to kill Jimmy Rave tomorrow. You know what, Dave? Maybe, just maybe I'm going to kill him.
I know how much you want to get your hands on Jimmy Rave, but you got to stay focused. I mean, tonight you've got a tag team title shot. You and Ace Steel going after Whitmer and Jacobs, you got to remember about that. I mean, tomorrow night, worry about that tomorrow night. Tonight, it's all about the tag titles. Come on.
I'm not worried about BJ Whitmer or Jimmy Jacobs, for the love of Pete. I'm going to win that. I'm going to win the tag belts. Me and Ace Steel. Ace Steel's going to stick around. Second City Saints are going to march to Chicago tomorrow and have a nice little funeral from that twerp from Ghana.
Right now, it's Matt Stryker all the way up top and catches the head of the masked Chicago superstar, driving him down to the canvas. Your referee for this contest is Mr. Duke.
Yeah, seriously, a helicopter, man.
A helicopter. Stryker approaching the superstar. Forearm strike. Chop right across the chest. It's the first time we're seeing the masked Chicago superstar here in Ring of Honor. Just pounding away on him now.
Nice knee fast press. And you know, Dave, come on, you know me. You think I'm sweating BJ Whitmer? You know how many times me and Ace have beat him? It's like a dozen times a piece.
STO right there from Stryker, but can't put the masked man away.
And I'm supposed to be afraid of Jimmy Jacobs?
I'm just saying you need to stay focused on the business at hand tonight.
I'm focused on the business at hand. Tomorrow night, I don't got to worry about any outside interference because we're locked in a steel cage. Believe me, I'll have my way with Jimmy Jacobs, and I'm going to do it while holding on to a tag belt.
Stryker drop kick right to the knee of the masked man, pulls him to the center of the ring. Maybe looking to set up for that Stryker lock, but kicks Stryker off, puts on the brakes before colliding with the ref. Rolls him back to his feet. Reversal of the wet. Stryker into the corner. Moves out of the way. The running knee from the masked man. Big boot from Stryker. The fans here in Dayton getting behind the hometown boy. Stepping through. This could be it right here. He's got it cinched in and he taps. Matt Stryker comes up with the win.
That guy is not from Chicago.
Not much of a superstar either.
Hey Bryan, could we get a couple of words about tonight's cage match?
Do I look like I want to give you a couple of words?
Jay Lethal's neck was seriously injured at the hands of the Rottweilers at last week's Manhattan Mayhem event. Lethal looks to miss significant time due to the injury. We will keep you updated at ROHWrestling.com and on future ROH home releases.
lead it.
Dayton, Ohio. It seems that the champ is here. And you know, I started a fine tradition here in this building, and it was defending championships in front of great pro wrestling fans like these. Last week, kind of ran into a brick wall called the Rottweilers, so ROH decided to give me a night. They decided to take it easy on me a little bit. But I'll tell you what, you're all fine competitors in your own way. So if any of you pin my shoulders here tonight, even though this is nowhere near anything that pure wrestling should be, shoulders here tonight, I'll let you keep possession of the title until I come get it.
Four Corner Survival. I'm Jimmy Bauer, taking the place of CM Punk in the broadcast booth as Punk has to get ready for his tag title match. We're about to be underway. Of course, the first ball wins it. Tags are needed. Four very unique personalities in this match. And Delirious was weirded out. Underneath the ring he goes. Looks like it's going to be Samoa Joe and Jack Evans to start things off. Of course, Samoa Joe nursing that rib injury at the hands of Low Key last week in Manhattan. But still very confident in himself. And that if he does get pinned during the course of this match, Whoever pins his shoulders to the mat will gain possession of the pure title. Nice to see that Delirious has joined us in the real world once again.
You know, that is exactly what Samoa Joe did when he won the world title. On the very next show, he was in a four-corner survival. The belt wasn't on the line, but Joe said he would give possession to anybody that could beat him. Joe went on to win that match, and it took 21 months for someone to take the world title from him.
And it looks like Ebetaro wants in this match.
The last time we saw Ebetaro, he was with Mick Foley, and Foley said that he'd be back for revenge on Samoa Joe. Looks like he's lightened up a little bit since then.
Looks like he doesn't want his hands on Samoa Joe other than to make the tag and take on one of the other two men in this match.
Did Jack Evans just get served?
Well, I think Ebetaro won that dance-off. Just firing away on Jack Evans here as he grabs the side headlock. Ebetaro setting to the ropes, shoulder tackle, pulls him over.
1, 2, 3,
and again, getting the best of Evans.
I know you do everything. I know you do everything.
What's he saying?
Well, this time Evans, smarting off on Ebetaro, goes for the kick. And connects with it upside the head, and down goes the mask. Slap right across the face as Delirious wants in the match. He's all fired up.
The man with the face of a lizard is set to
It's purely speculation, this lizard face. That has not been proven.
Dave, I've never seen the guy that has his mask on, but I mean, speaking in tongues, and that's the rumors going around that he has the face of a lizard man.
That's the word on the street. Having words with Ebetaro, showing off the gun. And Ebetaro showing off what he's got. First the dance contest, now the pose dance.
Mr. Duke, the referee, demanding that they fight.
It doesn't really look like they're taking issue with the referee, telling them what to do. Come on.
Well, it looks like we're finally going to get a lockup in this one, Dave.
All right, Ebetaro. Tell the referee, get away. Okay, they're going to fight. Delirious and Ebetaro. This is a confrontation I was really looking forward to in this match. Delirious really laying it in on Ebetaro. What? And he dishes it right back out. Hey, the referee wanted to see him fight. So much force behind that open hand strike. And he gets more of the same from Ebetaro. Side headlock grab by Delirious. Oh, Ebetaro shoots him off the ropes, comes up, pulls him over with the shoulder tackle. No, he stays on his feet. Ebetaro hits the ropes. Delirious waiting in the center of the ring. Up he comes, goes for the shoulder tackle. Oh, Delirious holding his ground. He's just daring him to hit the ropes. No, Delirious winding up. We're gonna see some power here. With great velocity, Delirious off the ropes. Oh, but he ducks underneath the lariat attempt. Stays on his feet, trying to sweep the legs, and he takes Delirious down. Ebetaro, Shining Lizard. That's gotta be it. The crowd here in Dayton is electrified. To the throat goes Ebetaro. And more of the same for Ebetaro from Delirious.
Get
most unique four-corner survivals I've ever seen in my life, Power.
I'll take out the word most and say it is the most unique four-corner survival, and it looks like the Washington Warrior, Jack Evans, is returning. The only other time we've seen the Washington Warrior was last time in Dayton when he faced off against Samoa Joe in that tag team match.
Well, at least Evans has got his shoes off this time. Going to work with those kicks. Well, Matrix is underneath that attempt and a big slap right across his face. That one no palms dry. That was just a slap.
You see Joe with his arm taped up, an injury he suffered when he went through that table in the Jay Lethal match last week in Manhattan when he won the Pure title.
Pulling Evans out of the corner now. Samoa Joe ringing away on the arm, looking to send him into the ropes. Off he comes, stuck with a clothesline attempt. And what's Evans even kicking at? The Invisible Man? That's how you throw a kick.
Jack Evans kicked right out of his shoes again. Just like we saw in that tag team match at the 3rd anniversary celebration part 2, that must-see tag match, one of the most entertaining matches in ROH history.
Did Jack Evans get on the microphone before the match and say, if anyone can take my shoes off, you gain possession of my shoes? Because Samoa Joe hasn't. As we got Delirious back inside the ring, sends Evans into the buckle. Comes charging, driving the forearm right across the chest of Jack Evans in the corner. Repeatedly, Delirious just going to town. And one more for good measure. Down goes Evans and Ebetaro tag back in.
Mick Foley's a big fan of Ebetaro. We saw that at 3rd anniversary celebration part 1 when he did battle with Samoa Joe.
Power drive elbow right down into the chest of Evans.
Could you imagine if Ebetaro pins Samoa Joe tonight and has possession of the Pure title?
Does that mean he can then go on to defend it? I wonder what Ebetaro would be like in a Pure title match. Does he know the rules? Will he comprehend them?
Well, he didn't comprehend that. I believe he just hurt himself trying to do some pure wrestling and work on the arm of Jack Evans.
Picking him back up. Mr. Duke has his hands full in this match.
Tags are necessary. The first fall wins it.
Chops right across the chest. And again, a little bit of strutting.
That reminds me of somebody.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Picks him up. Plants him with the slam. Looks like he's going to go up top. Ebetaro climbs to the top rope. Where have I seen this before? And he's begging for mercy.
Ebetaro making his first appearance in the Midwest, and the fans are loving it.
Goes right to the eyes of Jack Evans. Scott Evans now sent to the ropes, reversal of the whip. Ebetaro sent in. Back body drop from Evans. And he's out. In comes Delirious once again. Raising the roof on that cover. Yep, put him away.
Joe trying to make the save with Jack Evans' shoe.
Let Mr. Duke know the raise the roof pin is when it's over. I don't know who's weirder, Delirious or Ebetaro.
I don't know if those shoes are legal.
They sure are tasty. Kicking away at the midsection of Ebetaro in the corner. He's got him down. Boot right across the throat. And tags Evans back in. Seeing a little odd sort of teamwork between Delirious and Evans here. Maybe unintentional.
I run Dayton.
Well, they have definitely isolated Ebetaro, who needs the tag to, of all people, Samoa Joe is fresh on the outside. Joe, though, he is nursing those injured ribs, that injured forearm.
Crowd wants to see Joe get in this match. Great agility from Evans right there, but Ebetaro gets his shoulder up, reaching for the tag, trying to get Samoa Joe into the match, but Evans pulls him to the center of the ring, and back in comes Delirious. Like I said, some really weird teamwork.
I can't tell if they're on the same page or not. It looks like perhaps they are. Maybe we'll see a new member of Generation Next in Delirious.
Dude, no one's on the same page as Delirious. Oh, sidesteps him right there and sends him into Delirious's back. Ebetaro comes charging with the forearm strike. Bulldog lariat combination.
This is Ebetaro's chance.
He's got both Delirious and Evans down. Maybe for the Shining Wizard right here. And it connects. Delirious back to his feet. Got up on his shoulders now. And drops him down to the canvas. Ebetaro stumbling across the ring and makes the tag to Samoa Joe.
Joe is now legal. That means that somebody could pin him if they could get Joe down. But Joe is cleaning house. Can someone get control of the pure title belt?
Now they're getting power slammed out of their shoes, literally, by Samoa Joe. Delirious comes charging in the corner.
Delirious is also legal, I believe.
He pays the price as Samoa Joe just slams him down to the mat.
You know, I think Jack Evans blind tagged himself in there.
Evans is legal.
When Samoa Joe was in the corner, Jack Evans tagged him, and Joe just sees Ebetaro now. He's having flashbacks to the 3rd anniversary celebration part 1.
Ebetaro trying to use Joe's own tricks against him, but not having any effect. He's looking to finish him off. But hey, turn around. He's going to choke him out. Samoa Joe looking to choke out Ebetaro. But as you said, Jack Evans is legal. Drop kick to the back of Delirious. Evans now going up top.
Well, Joe has Ebetaro out.
6:30.
Cover.
And Evans won the matchup. Joe had Ebetaro choked out, but Jack Evans was the legal man and scores the pinfall on Delirious.
I analyze every rhyme you write. You ain't nice. Well, that can't do the lyrical one can. I hit the mixtape circuit for a few months span. Now you run around screaming that push up.
I've said time and time again how much it would mean to me to be the Ring of Honor World Champion. And And I can't think of a better place to make that dream come true than right here in Dayton, Ohio. The last time I was here, I had a great match of Spanky, and you people, you gave me a feeling it was a highlight of my career. And I want you people to know I appreciate it. And I want Austin Aries to know, last time, I made a mistake. I underestimated you. Mentally, I thought I would crush you, Austin. But Austin, tonight, you see this man right here? This is Danny Ray Nelson. And just like 10 long years ago, he took me from the backwoods of West Virginia and put me in the ring for the last 2 weeks. I've been with him, covering the basics. And this man has made me remember that my hard work is going to pay off. And it's going to pay off in Dayton, Ohio tonight for me, for these people, and for this man right here when I take that Ring of Honor World Championship home with me.
tag team title matchup as Jimmy Jacobs and BJ Whitmer are set to defend against the Second City Saints of Ace Steel and CM Punk.
It looks like no handshake from BJ Whitmer with the Saints. Ace Steel taking him down.
Just refusing to shake hands. There's no love lost between the Second City Saints and BJ Whitmer. Not at all. As a little bit of a reminder, the last time they were in the ring with one another in that street fight in Chicago.
BJ Whitmer, no stranger to the Second City Saints, as you mentioned. BJ Whitmer, when he was a member of the Prophecy, had one of the most intense feuds in ROH history against the Second City Saints. There you see the students from ROH's wrestling school's second class, almost ready for graduation. Of course, CM Punk, the head trainer of the ROH wrestling school. As I was saying, though, you saw some of the clips during the ring entrances, some of the reminders of that feud back in 2004. The last time we saw CM Punk and Ace Steel in the ring with BJ Whitmer was that legendary street fight at Death Before Dishonor 2 Part 2. Barbed wire, chairs, tables, the fans rioting, throwing chairs into the ring. An unbelievable scene back at Death Before Dishonor 2. Now, almost a year later, BJ Whitmer is back in the ring against the Saints, and this time he's an ROH Tag Team Champion.
He's got Jimmy Jacobs at his side, co-holder of those titles. That street fight, one of the most memorable hardcore style matches in Chicago wrestling history.
Hey, it was just 40 minutes down the road at Battle Lines Are Drawn back in January of 2004 when the Saints, led by CM Punk, put Christopher Daniels out of ROH for good. Jimmy Jacobs, a former tag team partner of Punk and Ace Steel, gets tossed into the corner.
Nice display of power right there by CM Punk, just shoving him down to the canvas.
Wow, there's still a lot of bad blood between Whitmer and Punk and Ace Steel. BJ Whitmer, he follows the code of honor now. For him not to shake hands, that shows how much animosity there is between the two.
Yeah, he just wants to fight, while Jimmy Jacobs actually going hold for hold with CM Punk right here as he holds onto that side headlock. Jacobs rolls his shoulder up off the canvas.
Well, Whitmer has to worry about retaining the ROH Tag Team titles with Jimmy Jacobs. Many people thought it was a fluke when they defeated Samoa Joe and Jay Lethal to win the vacant titles back at Best of American Super Junior Tournament. They proved it was no fluke last week when they defeated Jack Evans and Roderick Strong at Manhattan Mayhem. What a match that was. As Jacobs now,
the power of the furry boots takes CM Punk down. Yeah, they have proven that they are a formidable tag team unit as they defend those tag team titles. Punk going to work on the leg of Jimmy Jacobs, so he can't do that a second time.
Jimmy Jacobs teamed up with Punk and Ace Steel in the same building back at ROH Gold to defeat Generation Next with help from Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. So these guys are all very familiar with each other. And here comes BJ Whitmer. He's legal now. Perhaps he's had time to cool down, get his head on straight.
Ace Steel in the ring with him. Takes out the leg, kicks off Ace Steel. Both men back to their feet. Again, single leg takedown by Whitmer. Ace kicks him off. Side headlock takeover this time. Well, I guess I was wrong. It's not just about a fight right here. It's BJ Whitmer going hold for hold with Ace.
Whitmer, he has to keep focused on those titles. It's been a long time since he's been in the ring with the Saints. He's got to let some of that stuff go in the past. I mean, that was an intense feud, but it was over a year ago that it happened.
And this match is going to be very different than that street fight was. No weapons to play with. It's just going to be about hard-hitting action as Ace Steel just asking them to bring it on. Boot to the midsection right there as Steel sent into the ropes. Connects with the elbow, takes Whitmer down.
Right now, one team trying to get the definitive advantage.
Duck underneath. And this time it's Whitmer sending Steel down to the canvas. The lateral press, but only gets two. Both men back to their feet, grabs hold of the head. Now Ace pulling Whitmer into the corner, and in comes Jimmy Jacobs, tagging himself in.
There is also history with the tag titles on the line with BJ Whitmer and the Saints. particularly at Round Robin Challenge 3. Jimmy Jacobs now trying to take control on Ace Steel, the veteran, the mentor to CM Punk and Colt Cabana.
Jacobs trying to hold on to that side headlock as Ace backs him into the corner. Referee looking for the clean break right here. But Ace, it's all on the line right here. The Second City Saints want to leave Dayton wearing those tag team titles.
Well, Ace Steel has never held the titles as he is driving that shoulder to Jimmy Jacobs. Meanwhile, CM Punk is a two-time ROH Tag Team Champion along with Colt Cabana of the Second City Saints. Here comes Whitmer. We haven't seen a lot of Punk in this match lately.
Back chop from Whitmer, and Jacobs follows it up. Nice tag team work from the champs.
This is just like we saw last week in Manhattan. That tag team work brought him a victory, but losing track of who the legal man is. Good referee work by Todd Sinclair.
Too little, too late as Whitmer only gets 2 on the cover.
You know, Dave, and we saw that earlier during Punk's promo, or excuse me, during commentary. We heard it earlier. CM Punk definitely has to be a little distracted. His mind has to be on that steel cage match tomorrow night in his hometown of Chicago against Jimmy Rave.
Oh yeah, he wants to get his hands on Jimmy Rave. He wants to bust him open and make him bleed like Rave did last week in Manhattan in that dog collar.
Oh man, now it's one of the bloodiest matches I ever saw last week.
Jimmy Jacobs comes charging, connects with a drop kick to the lower back of Ace Steel. Goes for the cover right here. But Ace staying in the matchup.
You know, not to harp on that cage match tomorrow because we have an important tag title match here right now, but Prince Nana and Jimmy Rave arriving on a helicopter. Can you believe that?
Obnoxious. That's all I got to say.
Not only that, but as soon as they got in the locker room, they sealed off their part of the locker room with a security force. They are definitely nervous about CM Punk going off the deep end and trying to get his hands on them tonight.
I'd be nervous if I were them too. Nobody has gotten under CM Punk's skin and pissed him off more than the Embassy. As now BJ Whitmer putting the boots to Ace Steel. More tag team work coming up right here. Double team strategy. Now Jacobs going out.
The champion's definitely controlling this match right now in Ace Steel.
Frequent tags, keeping Ace away from CM Punk and being able to make that tag as Whitmer powerbombs Jacobs down across the chest of steel.
More nice double team work from the champions. These two are really gelling together perfectly as a tag team. Of course, BJ Whitmer in a tough situation when he lost his partner Dan Hoff to that outside the ring auto accident. He chose Jimmy Jacobs based on Jacobs' performance last time here in Dayton when Jacobs took a beating from Whitmer and Moff and kept fighting back. He impressed Whitmer with his toughness.
Whitmer has had unparalleled success in Ring of Honor tag team ranks and his ability to win those titles and keep them around his waist.
He is now a 3-time tag team champion. Neither of those other 2 reigns went very long though, Dave. You know that even more important than being a 3-time champion is holding those belts for a significant amount of time.
See just how long Jacobs and Whitmer can hold on to those belts. They're in jeopardy right here as CM Punk tags himself in. Big clothesline on BJ Whitmer. Comes charging into Jimmy Jacobs. As now he's in the wrong part of town.
The Saints are lighting him up.
Punk with Jacobs snapmares him down to the canvas and connects with the drop kick to the back of the head.
Right now, the Second City Saints are in control. It shows you how quickly the tide can turn in a match like this.
Jacobs hung up in the trio woe in the corner and just spits in the direction of Whitmer before charging at Jacobs.
That's the intelligence of CM Punk. He knew from what happened before this match that BJ Whitmer is still hot at them, and he took advantage of that to draw him into the ring so they could administer more damage to Jimmy Jacobs.
Picks Jacobs back up, holding on to the wrist. Belly to back suplex positioning and drives him right down on his neck.
Well, it looks like Dave Prazak that we are really going to see how tough Jimmy Jacobs is right here.
He's a tough little huss.
That's why BJ Whitmer selected him as his partner, but is he tough enough to withstand the Second City Saints?
Takes the leg out from Jacobs, once again pulling him into the corner. Ace Steel back in legally. As Punk looking to slingshot him maybe. No. dives in to break up the pin attempt following the giant swing drop kick combination from the Saints.
I can't blame Whitmer at all for diving in and making that save. Jacobs might have been done.
Power bomb from Ace. Referee out of position right there. Oh, he could have had it.
Jacobs is definitely in a lot of trouble. He needs that tag.
Ace looking to tie up the legs of Jacobs. He's trying to crawl toward the ropes to save himself from the beating here. As Ace continues the assault. Jacobs trying to fight back and inch his way toward Whitmer.
And notice Ace still in control the whole time, taunting Jimmy Jacobs, but still remaining between Jacobs and his corner.
Ace now with Jacobs trying to get him up. Backbreaker right over the knee. Now he's looking to tie up those legs. And butterflies the arms, rolling back, pressure on all sorts of body parts with this hold.
And look at Ace Steel trying to keep that arm of Jimmy Jacobs away from the ropes. BJ Whitmer with a cheap break of the eyes breaks the hold.
Well, it does do the job. Gets a warning from Todd Sinclair, but it frees Jacobs from that predicament and gives him an opportunity to try to crawl to make that tag once again. Punk back in.
Notice though again Ace Steel making sure to remain between Jacobs and his corner.
Double team suplex coming up from the Second City Saints as they hold Jimmy Jacobs upside down, all the blood rushing into his head. Punk holding him solo now. Jacobs trying to fight it off. Work his way out of this position, but Punk drops him down.
Cover. Punk grinding that forearm into the face of Jimmy Jacobs.
It surprises many that Jimmy Jacobs just how much of a beating he can take in a wrestling ring and keep fighting and keep kicking out. That's why he is a great partner for BJ Whitmer in this championship team, as now his midsection is exposed for Ace Steel up top.
Across the chest with a forearm.
And again trying to infuriate BJ Whitmer, who again comes and saves his partner. Doing whatever it takes to walk away from Dayton still champs. Punk pulling Jacobs into the corner. Steel tagged in once again.
The Saints so methodical but so in control in this tag team situation.
Again, Ace Steel with the legs of Jimmy Jacobs now. Slingshot coming up. Oh, and just rammed right into that second turnbuckle. There's not much padding there.
It's just a steel knob on the other end. Right now you have to be asking yourself, how much can Jimmy Jacobs take? I mean, we all know he's tough. We all know he can take a beating. But the Saints have been in control for a long time here.
He's doing his best to fight his way out of the corner as Steel shoves him back in once again. Another chop across the chest. Elevates Jacobs now to the top. Forearm across the back of Steel. Jacobs with the forearm now. Back and forth they go. Headbutts now from Jacobs, and down goes Ace Steel.
Jacobs is fighting for his life. He was fighting for the titles there.
Ace back to his feet. Comes running right into the boot from the Hussman.
It's do or die time for Jacobs.
Sunset flip attempt. Can Ace hold his ground? Grabs hold of the throat of Jimmy Jacobs and elevates him right into a Rana.
Beautiful reversal for Jimmy Jacobs. Jacobs has a clear run to his corner if he's able to get there. Does he have the ring presence?
Does he have the energy?
This is the first time I saw Ace not between Jacobs and his corner.
Ace makes the tag.
He needed that tag. And here comes Whitmer.
Going to work on both CM Punk and Ace Steel with forearm strikes. Waistlock on Punk. German suplex with a release.
A very well-rested BJ Whitmer unleashing the heavy artillery. Holds on.
Well, Nelson, dragon suplex. Rolling through.
Whitmer going for a combination. Ace Steel dropped. Oh, Shining Wizard!
Off the back of Ace Steel, but Jacobs climbing up top. Oh, and Punk just catches him and drops him over the knee.
Punk might have hurt his own knee in the process. CM Punk, he's not thinking about that steel cage match now as this match is getting intense. Tag title's on the line.
Running forearm strike from Ace Steel. Punk now comes charging. Out to the apron he goes. Brings himself back in the ring. Connects with a kick to the back. Steel slams Whitmer. Punk up top.
Beautiful leg drop.
Great height on the leg drop off the top rope. Oh, but not enough. Whitmer hanging in there.
Let's see if the Saints can follow up on BJ Whitmer, their rival, their enemy.
Looking for the power bomb. Ace Steel off the top with the clothesline.
Cover! Jacobs right there with the save.
Get out of the ring.
You can see just how much wearing those tag team titles means to both teams in this matchup.
Well, Dave, both teams have really taken a beating in this one. They're putting it all on the line. They're not worried about tomorrow night. Punk now in control of Whitmer in the corner.
Ace Steel with the running drop kick to the back. Punk holding on to Whitmer. Right on his head.
Oh, Whitmer has to be feeling cobwebs right now. He has to have cobwebs in that head.
Ace Steel doing battle with Jacobs. Both men up top now. Jacobs with shots to the rib cage of Ace Steel.
Punk with the Anaconda Vice. Whitmer could tap. Punk's got many wins with this.
Back senton from Jacobs.
Jacobs wants a tag. He gets it.
Jacobs, the legal man, able to break up that Anaconda Vice on BJ Whitmer and possibly save his tag team titles. Kicking out of the exploder from Whitmer. Ace Steel neutralized on the floor.
Whitmer's feeling it. Jacobs is feeling it.
Doomsday Rana.
Cover.
And that's it. Jacobs and Whitmer retain the tag team titles once again against the Second City Saints.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Jimmy Jacobs and BJ Whitmer, they had their doubters. There were people who said that they couldn't do it. There were people who said they couldn't defeat Samoa Joe and Jay Lethal, and they did. There were people who said they could not defeat Jack Evans and Roderick Strong, and they did. The same goes through for the Second City Saints. Whitmer and Jacobs, another big victory. Now let's see if the code of honor will be upheld. Will BJ Whitmer shake hands with the Second City Saints? Could this feud finally be put to rest?
I thought, huh? Just like I thought, CM Punk. Just like I thought, you, my friend, are the biggest loser I've ever met in my life, huh?
Nice hat! Shut the fuck up! 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 Shut the fuck up!
CM Punk, the coming man Punk, huh? I remember 3 or 4 months ago, people in the back saying CM Punk is the Triple H of Ring of Honor. More like the Triple H. CM Punk, not only did I prove to you, my friend, that you are a loser by taking you out right in your hometown of Chicago with Jimmy Rave, the crown jewel. Then after that, taking you out, crossing every single one of those stupid tattoos off of your body.
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!
You know what? Let me get down to the point. You made a mistake by putting your hands on Prince Nana, and you know it. Look what you've been through. Look what Jimmy Rave has done to you. You still haven't beaten him. CM Punk, this is my handout to you. This is your final shot, my friend, to walk away, to say that it's over between you and Jimmy Rave, because, my friend, if we go on one more time, I'm telling you, it's going to be an ending that nobody here wants to see. Guaranteed. So CM, take this chance now to fall out of the match. Sydal, accompanied by Daisy Hayes, against Jimmy Rave of the Embassy.
We have mayhem all over the place. CM Punk's dudes brawling with Prince Nana's security force.
The Embassy is desperate to do whatever it takes to get out of that cage match tomorrow. There's no way that Prince Nana wants Jimmy Rave to be locked inside of a steel cage one-on-one with CM Punk.
Well, you see right now in the corner of your screen why Matt Sydal is so upset with the embassy, why it's coming for revenge. Last time in this building, 3rd anniversary celebration part 2, the embassy making an example out of Matt Sydal. Jimmy Rave giving him the Rave clash.
He's getting a measure of revenge right there with a beautiful standing moonsault.
What an athlete Matt Sydal is. Definitely a guy to keep an eye on. A star that could break out in 2005. Daisy Hayes in his corner as always.
How about the Hayes roughing up Jade Chung during that melee?
Daisy Hayes really socking it to her.
Sydal ringing away on the arm of Jimmy Rave. Sends him into the buckle hard. Comes charging. Ducks underneath the clothesline attempt. Goes for the cross body, but right across the knee of Jimmy Rave.
Can you believe Prince Nana giving CM Punk the chance to back out? But once again, it was all a plot, all a plan by the embassy as Jimmy Rave jumping Punk from behind. Jimmy Rave is going to get his tomorrow in Chicago in the steel cage. Right now, though, Rave has to worry about Matt Sydal. Daisy Hayes giving encouragement to her man.
Yeah, the embassy's doing whatever it takes. They're probably scrambling. What can we do to keep CM Punk away from Jimmy Rave to get out of that cage match? Like Punk is just going to say, oh yeah, fine, I won't battle in the cage tomorrow. I don't really want to get my hands on you. Come on.
They took out Punk's girlfriend. They blinded Punk. They tried to scrape the tattoos off of Punk's body. They hung him with a steel chain. They tried to cave in his skull with a chair. Punk's gonna finally get a chance of revenge tomorrow night.
And there won't be any outside interference from Nana or Jade Chung or any of the embassy's flunkies during that match because the steel cage will keep them out of the match.
They've busted open Punk in the past. Can't Punk finally make Jimmy Rave bleed? Can Punk disfigure Jimmy Rave? We'll find out tomorrow night. Matt Sydal, though, he's going to do his best to make sure that Jimmy Rave doesn't even make it to tomorrow night. Sydal wants revenge, too.
Matt Sydal pressed by Jimmy Rave again. More damage to the midsection. You know, Matt Sydal has really been impressing in his ROH outings here in the Midwest.
Sydal just needs that breakout performance, and most importantly, he needs that one big victory to put himself on the map, to guarantee himself future bookings, and it could come against Jimmy Rave, a man that has defeated CM Punk on numerous occasions, and a man who defeated AJ Styles, although controversially, last time here in Dayton at 3rd anniversary celebration part 2.
Now, as much as a victory in this match against Jimmy Rave could do a lot for the career of Matt Sydal, it could also play a little bit of mind game with Jimmy Rave suffering a loss the night before going into that cage with Punk.
Rave has been on a tear ever since he's gone under the tutelage of the evil Prince Nana, the dictator from Ghana, West Africa. Sydal trying to fire back. Rave cut him off with a finger to the eyes.
And right in the center of the ring, cinches in the abdominal stretch. Daisy Hayes getting these fans in Dayton behind Sydal to hang in there.
This has to be a very painful move on Matt Sydal right now, who has suffered damage to the rib cage.
And what's this? Jade Chung taking the attention of the official. Outside interference now, but Daisy Hayes will have none of it. She's not intimidated by Prince Nana.
You gotta give Daisy Hayes all the credit in the world. They're a very talented athlete in her own right.
Yeah, if it comes down to a fight, she can hold her own, man or woman. And again, giving extra leverage to the abdominal stretch is Nana from the outside. Again, the gang mentality of the embassy, using all the people around the ring to give Rave an unfair advantage as Matt Sydal is fighting for a win here in Dayton.
It's always a numbers game with the embassy. They always have the advantage. Prince Nana always spending the taxpayers' money of Ghana on his weapons of mass destruction, on his new, and look at this, once again,
referee tied up. Daisy Hayes pointing out that, yeah, exactly, keep your eye on Nana. Near fall right there for Sydal. Can he keep the advantage? Off the ropes he comes. No, knee right to to his midsection.
The rib cage is definitely bothering Matt Sydal. Jimmy Rave definitely knows he has a weak point there, and he is doing his best to capitalize on it.
Talk about psychological advantages. Prince Nana's lost his crown. Daisy Hayes has got it. As right now, just standing on those ribs.
You know, I got to admit that I hope that CM Punk gets his hands on Prince Nana tomorrow night.
Crowd getting a rave here. It's actually giving Matt Sydal some time to regroup, try to catch his breath as he's fighting off, multiple people in this match. It's not even one-on-one.
And an injured rib cage now as well. Matt Sydal, though, so athletic, such a great high flyer. Can he utilize those skills in this match?
And I'm surprised that Jimmy Rave is focusing on the midsection rather than the legs to take away the speed of Sydal. As now, who's going to get the advantage here? He's got Sydal up on his shoulders.
I think he's going to press him on the knees.
Oh, great agility, though, landing on his feet. And takes him off the top with the Rana.
Only a 2 count.
Sydal thought that was 3. Needs to follow up right here. He's got Jimmy Rave in a weakened position.
You can tell he's having trouble breathing, though.
The Hayes shouting encouragement as Sydal looking for the vertical suplex. No, Rave blocks. Waist lock grabbed on Sydal. Trying to break free. Elbow to the side of the head of Jimmy Rave. A second, make it 3. Sydal hits the ropes, but gets speared right down to the canvas by Rave.
2 count only. And that spear was all impact on the rib cage. Right now it has to hurt every time Sydal takes a breath. Look at him gasping for air.
Say what you will about the attitude and about the Embassy's game tactics. Jimmy Rave is a very wise wrestler. He knows how to pick a body part and stick to it. Sydal firing back.
Let's go.
There's that heart, there's that determination, that's what Sydal needs, but once again, trouble breathing.
Rave moves out of the way, trying to take him over with the sunset flip, and he does.
2 count only.
Sidesteps another spear attempt, and out to the floor goes Rave.
Sydal putting it all on the line for revenge.
Yeah, but did that twisting body press to the floor do even more damage to his own rib cage? Putting his body on the line to try to get the victory. Both men out on the floor.
You could definitely call that a desperation dive. As once again...
Oh no, he's got his hands on Daisy, trying to get his crown back. Rave rolled back inside the ring.
Don't forget!
Sydal now. Countered by Jimmy Rave. Elevates him, no. The leg down across the chest, driving him down to the mat. Another near fall for Matt Sydal, doing whatever he can to try to get this victory.
And look at Prince Nana abusing Jade Chung at ringside.
The footstool of the Embassy.
Sydal calling for the Styles Clash. This would be insult to injury. No, Rave out with big chops.
Right across the chest of Sydal, set into the ropes. Slides through the legs of Jimmy Rave. Half Nelson.
Cover!
But here it is, driver. Only 2 for Sydal right there.
Sydal has to be wondering what's it going to take. What does he have to do next?
Needs to stay on the man. Consulting with the Hayes.
Well, I think that Sydal wants to go up, and he knows that he needs Daisy Hayes to keep an eye on Prince Nana for outside interference.
Quite the daredevil, Matt Sydal has a wide variety of offense off the top, but Jimmy Rave with a forearm strike puts a stop to whatever he had in mind.
I think Sydal was thinking too much about Prince Nana and Jade Chung instead of Jimmy Rave there.
Rave now with Sydal up on his shoulders once again. Oh, and just drops him ribs first on the steel buckle.
That could easily fracture a rib. Steel against rib right there. And watch out for Prince Nana.
Jimmy Rave with Matt Sydal out on the floor. Sends him right into the steel barricade. And the Embassy's really proud of themselves right now.
Another knee to the midsection.
Came running for extra impact on the knee. Gotta hand it to Sydal, hanging in there despite the odds.
You shut your mouth, fat boy.
As much as CM Punk has his mind tonight on that cage match tomorrow, you gotta think that Jimmy Rave has thoughts swimming in his head of just what Punk might do to him in Chicago Ridge.
Oh, look at this. Jimmy Raven's going for the Pepsi Plunge, Punk's own finisher.
Sydal fighting out of it. Forearm shots to the jaw, Jimmy Rave. Sydal up top, maybe looking for that moonsault belly to belly.
Cover!
Amazing maneuver, and amazing that it can even pull it off. Injured rib cage and all. A moonsault belly-to-belly suplex. One of Sydal's trademark maneuvers, but Jimmy Rave hanging in there. Still in the matchup. Sydal in command.
That's why we hate you, Sinclair!
Well, I gotta give Jimmy Rave credit. He is surviving a lot in this match.
And both men are surviving a lot in this match.
Matt Sydal, he's pulling out all the heavy artillery. We saw this before.
This time Rave blocks it. Waistlock grabbed on Sydal, blocks the attempt at the German suplex. Standing switch, catches the boot of Jimmy Rave. Backslide. For Sydal.
I thought that was it.
To the gutter Rave. Forearm shot from Sydal. Looking for the run, but holding on.
Rave clash. The crowd voicing their displeasure.
Running knee strike from Jimmy Rave.
He's trying to get the Rave clash again. What an insult to AJ Styles. He hits it. Jimmy Rave getting booed, and rightfully so. But he scores a victory, and he has momentum going into the steel cage match tomorrow night in Chicago at Nowhere to Run.
Chicago, Illinois, weighing 247 pounds, wrestling Colt Cabana. His partner from Manchester, England, weighing 240 pounds, the Anarchist,
That's a funny guy, everybody! He's the funny guy!
You want the bread, man?
Dream Tag Team Partner Contest coming up as the rivalry continues between Colt Cabana and Nigel McGuinness, as Cabana has selected former Pure Champion Doug Williams to combat the British stylings of Nigel McGuinness, who has selected his frequent tag team partner, Chad Collyer. At this time, joining me at the commentary table once again, CM Punk.
Me and my frequent tag team partner, Ace Steel, just had one hell of a Pier 6 backstage, and you couldn't break it up. We had everybody trying to pull us apart. Jimmy Rave and Prince Nana actually jumped into their helicopter and escaped by the skin of their teeth, but they forgot their little hired goons, the goon squad, if you will, Dave Prazak in the back. And you know how much I love to fight. Well, I took out all my aggression on those poor kids. And what about my second class?
Yeah, they made short work of that goon squad.
They did. You should have seen them in the back, tearing those kids' clothes up, throwing them out of the locker room. I think one of my kids actually peed on the other kid.
Uncalled for. That's uncalled for. You need to lay down law at some point. As right now, Doug Williams holding onto the wrist lock on Nigel McGuinness. Grabs hold of the head, quickly countered out of it. Nigel rolls forward, back to his feet. Two of the best European-style wrestlers on the ROH roster today in the ring right now. And of course, Colt Cabana, having spent a lot of time wrestling overseas during 2004, has really added that aspect to his repertoire as of late. But right now, we got Chad Collyer back in.
You know, there's an interesting dynamic going through this match, and it's basically almost a rivalry between Colt Cabana and Nigel McGuinness. You know, me and Cabana, we go back a long way. You were back in the day with us too there, Dave Prazak. You know how tight me and Cabana are. I told him he can't trust Nigel McGuinness. You know, we all saw that Nigel's a little bit pissed off that Cabana beat him almost at his own game. And now you got this dream partner tag match to try to settle the score here.
Well, Nigel McGuinness came up with the victory in their singles matchup last week in Manhattan, and Colt Cabana felt that it was a low blow just before that victory roll that scored Nigel the victory. So it's anybody's call on that, whether it was an intentional low blow or not. Right now, Doug Williams gets a near fall on Collyer, right back into his feet and ready to fight.
Doug wants a handshake, crawls through Collier's legs, picks his legs, rolls him up.
Collyer fell for that one. Back to his feet, goes after the leg.
That's awesome!
Nice series of leg picks here by Doug Williams. Who's got the fancier Union Jack on their tights?
I think Doug Williams does. He's got some fancier ways of doing maneuvers that you don't typically see on this side of the pond.
Nigel coming in, and him's getting his leg picked for his troubles too.
Both McGuinness and Collyer down at the hands of Doug Williams.
Look at this, Dave Prazak. London Bridge is falling down. No, nothing.
Well, Nigel was just falling down because Doug Williams is kicking them both back down as soon as they sit up. Referee trying to lay down the law.
That's what you get for running in the ring when you weren't tagged, Nigel. There's my boy Cabana in the ring now.
Doing work on two body parts at once.
Look at this.
Arms.
Oh, they're tying up Collyer in a knot.
They're wrestling circles around.
Make a wish.
And Collyer tagging Nigel back in. We got Nigel and Cabana now. A little apprehensive about getting in that ring though. Of course, Nigel has taken issue with some of the good times, great memories of Colt Cabana. Says that he's not serious enough as a wrestler, and that's sort of one of the main reasons behind the rivalry between the two.
All in good fun.
There's not really hatred.
All in good fun. All poking fun at how ugly and distorted Nigel McGuinness' teeth are. How he talks very funny. You know, Cabana does that. That's Cabana's personality. God knows if anybody's had to put up with Cabana being a goof for how many years, and you know it's me.
Picks up the leg of McGuinness, walks over his back, hits the ropes, leapfrog from Nigel, right into the arm drag from Cabana. Rolling forward, holding onto that wrist.
And look at this. Cabana just showing a small iota of what he has learned over the pond.
Coming down across the arm of McGuinness. Yeah, Cabana will have a little bit of fun in the ring, and he'll add that British style just when you least expect it. And you got to think that that's frustrating to Nigel McGuinness, who is more focused and only worries about the technical hold for hold, move for move.
Open that fist, Nigel.
Nigel rolling through, still holding onto the wrist, is Cabana. Nigel trying to counter, back and forth he goes. Springboards off those ropes. And connects with the elbow. A bit of appreciation from the Dayton fans.
Now I'm going to break his wrist.
Dave, tell me, is this the first time that Cabana has tagged with Doug Williams?
I believe so. But of course, Nigel McGuinness and Chad Collyer, on again, off again tag team partners here in ROH.
Yeah, they know each other a little bit better than Cabana knows Doug Williams. Look at this. Both legs of Nigel are trapped.
He's got nowhere to go.
He's going to fall. He's going to fall.
Nowhere to go.
Dave,
down. And again, having some fun at the expense of McGuinness. But that's Cabana.
I think the last time Doug Williams was in Ring of Honor was Glory by Honor 2, I believe. Wasn't it? 3?
3.
We've had a lot of Glory by Honors, haven't we?
A lot of honor.
A lot of glory.
By Cabana. Collar and elbow tie up with Nigel. Side headlock grab.
Very aggressively.
Side headlock takeover. Brings him down to the canvas. Bruce Gray checking on the shoulders of McGuinness. Wraps his legs around the head of Cabana.
What do you say, Tom?
Bridging up to keep his shoulders up off the canvas.
Dave Prazak, you mentioned last week in Manhattan, Nigel winning with that low blow, which he, of course, says is accidental.
It could have been intentional. It's anybody's guess. Cabana certainly thinks it was. Oh, and he's got his shoulders down right there for a new thing.
And we saw Cabana get out of this by rolling forward. The last time these two met here in Dayton in a match which Cabana won, which, in my opinion, absolutely stole the show.
That was the match that really got people talking about Nigel and Cabana. As good of a unit as they have been, they're almost better as opponents because they bring out the best in each other. Cabana sent right into his partner.
Doug Williams wisely blocking the turnbuckle and then telling Cabana to come make a tag.
Well, now it's Williams and McGuinness once again. European uppercut. Nigel slumps into the ropes. And one more from Williams. McGuinness reverses the whip. Puts on the brakes and kicking away at the midsection of Collyer. Not working out very well for the team of Nigel and Chad. Going for the Chaos Theory right there. Blocked. Rolls him up.
Nice counter to a finishing maneuver that not too many people escape out of. Going for it again. Oh, Chad Collyer goes right to the eyes.
And Drives the arm of Doug Williams down to the canvas. Nigel likes to pick apart that arm.
No, he's got that deadly submission maneuver. Also got that key lock driver, which has been known to separate some shoulders. And here we go, ring mat technician Chad Collyer in the ring. He'll pick you apart, he'll hurt your arm, he'll punch you in the face.
You punk. Going to work, just driving that arm down to the mat.
And he was just humiliated about a good 15 seconds ago, so he is not in a good mood.
Hammerlock applied.
He's going to ride this all the way down to the mat.
And bridging forward to put more pressure on the hole.
Pressure on the elbow, pressure on the shoulder.
Doug, that's a hell of a move, man.
Driving the knee down into the arm as well.
Chad Collyer is a wrestler in the same vein as an Arn Anderson or maybe a Fit Finley. A guy who knows how to punish you. A guy who knows how to find that one weakness and go to work on it.
Doug Williams trying to elbow his way out of that position, turns it around with a hammerlock of his own, and connects with Collyer, but gets met with the drop kick. And into the corner of McGuinness, and Collyer he goes. Nigel back in.
Doug Williams needs to make some distance in between that corner and his corner. He needs to get away from those two guys. And obviously, Collyer and McGuinness want to cut that ring in half.
Oh! Miscommunication right there.
Hey now, Collyer. Here you go, Dougie.
Collyer saves the match right there, breaking up the pin attempt.
But Nigel is still in between Colt Cabana and his partner.
No, Cabana wants in. He's to save the arm of his partner here. Hammerlock. Maybe looking for that Hammerlock divorce court.
Let's go, Doug. Here we go, Doug.
Doug Williams trying to power himself into his own corner to tag his partner Colt Cabana.
Shots to the midsection of McGuinness.
He's still locked up in that key lock. There he goes. He escaped that.
Full Nelson applied by McGuinness. Breaks free.
Sunset flip.
Collyer breaks it up once again.
We're seeing a lot of good teamwork by Chad Collyer and Nigel McGuinness. We're also seeing a lot of miscommunications by the same team. They need to get on the same page here if they want to beat the caliber of athletes that they're facing.
Well, they're at least on the same chapter. They're working on the same body part, focusing on that arm, looking for a submission victory. As now Nigel.
He's got him in that key lock. It looks like he went upstairs and maybe take him down in the head scissors. Doug Williams refusing to go down.
The power of Doug Williams, able just to walk to the ropes to free himself.
Nigel's on the ropes, Nigel.
What do you say?
Yeah, Chad Collyer, while the referee is distracted tying up Doug Williams' arm in the top rope.
Come on.
Cabana's getting hot. Keep your cool, Cabana. Keep your cool.
Who wants in? As Nigel and Collyer taking advantage of the referee, having his back turned to the action. Nigel now with Doug Williams. Gut wrench suplex coming up. Holding him up, but staying on his feet. More miscommunication.
Another roll up.
Right here, Dougie, right here. Right here.
Reaching for the tag. Can he get it?
You hear Cabana being real vocal to let Doug know exactly what corner to go to.
Trying to crawl his way toward the hand of Colt.
He made it, Dave.
He makes the tag, but referee Bruce Gray was tied up with Chad Collyer on the other side of the ring. Didn't see the tag, and he's not going to allow it. But he connects with the chin breaker on Nigel.
I told you he was blind, Dave. I told you.
No, colorblind.
Well, what's the difference? He obviously didn't see the tag.
He would have seen the tag if Chad Collyer didn't have him distracted. Can he make the tag this time, though? Cabana encouraging Doug Williams to make the tag. Crawl toward the corner. Both McGuinness and Doug Williams are down. Nigel trying to grab hold of the leg, but he makes the tag. In comes Cabana.
Knocks Collyer off the apron, off the far side. Big Larry at the Nigel McGuinness. Same for Chad Collyer. The ref saw that tag, didn't he? Cabana's fired up here in Dayton, Ohio.
Connects with the elbow on both men.
Oh, it's on tonight.
No, we got a double knocker coming up.
No, the shots in the midsection of Cabana send him into the ropes now. That's the double clothesline attempt. Kate Brada takes down both men.
Cabana goes to cover both men. Both men kick out. Wouldn't that have been something if he pinned both of them?
Cabana now, boot to the midsection of Collyer as he's got Nigel hooked. Trying to turn the tables on Cabana. Oh! Got him. Only two, though.
Shut up!
Cabana has had neck and shoulder problems in the past, and that double monkey wrist lock does not do either of those past injuries any good. Nigel getting his hands on Colt Cabana for the first time.
Puts on the brakes, sends Nigel into the corner. Comes charging into the boot from McGuinness. To the second turnbuckle he goes. Leaping over Cabana. Headstand in the corner. Cabana comes charging right into the boot. Doug Williams trying to take Nigel off his perch. Cabana and Collyer now inside the ring.
Wait a second.
Battering ram.
No way. No.
Whoa. Yay. Colt Cabana using his smarts right there. Nigel McGuinness now, set to the buckle. Doug Williams with the running knee strike. Cabana with the butt.
Oh, Koshinaka would be proud.
Gut wrench suplex from Doug Williams. Frog splash from Cabana.
Oh, and Collier's right in to break it up before the pinfall can even be counted.
Turns his back on Cabana though. Moves to the gut of Collyer. Holds onto the wrist of Cabana. German suplex.
Oh, right back on that neck of Cabana. Nigel's back up. Oh, here's that submission Nigel likes to use.
This could be it right here for Cabana.
Oh, just look at the way Cabana's arm is bending.
Doug Williams trying to make the save, but Collyer grabbing hold of the leg to try to prevent him from doing so.
Doug Williams, known to drop that knee off the top, likes to call it the bomb scare, which is the most politically incorrect thing you can say.
But it's the correct move to save his team the matchup right there.
But he hits
that arm submission.
Collyer hits a leg lariat. Collyer on the floor now with Doug Williams. Cabana and McGuinness still in the ring.
Back and forth they go on the floor. Chop across the chest of Williams. Face first into the edge of the ring. Cabana chopping away on Nigel. Forearm strike. The rope sort of saved Nigel right there, going after the leg. And that's three. A quick pinfall by Colt Cabana, countering Nigel McGuinness. And he gets his hand raised in victory alongside his dream partner, Doug Williams. Colt Cabana one-ups Nigel McGuinness once again.
Wisconsin, weighing 202 pounds, representing Generation Next, is your Ring of Honor World Champion, Austin Aries.
Todd Sinclair holds the ROH World Championship overhead as the title will be on the line as Austin Aries set to defend in a rematch against James Gibson. These two went to a double pin at stalemate just outside of Boston. Tonight, we will see a definitive winner between these two as the code of honor is followed, handshake in the center of the ring.
And you got to wonder if this is the last time that Austin Aries is going to shake hands as champion, because James Gibson is coming for that belt, Dave Prazak, just like I'm coming for whoever has the world title after I march through Jimmy Rave in the embassy in Chicago and get my world title shot.
Both of these men are all business. James Gibson making his way to Ring of Honor and really making an impact. Of course, last time here in Dayton, had an excellent matchup against Spanky. Huge response from the crowd, really showing James Gibson how appreciative the Ring of Honor fans are of his ability.
Tight collar and elbow tie up in the center of the ring. Both men a little bit more cautious of each other after their last battle at stalemate, which saw each man unload with most of their signature maneuvers on each other and still could not put each other away.
It truly was a stalemate. Both men connecting with brutal brain busters before going to that double pin. Both men's shoulders were counted down to the canvas, so they know what's coming from their opponent in this match. They're very well matched up size-wise.
Perhaps a little bit more of a feeling out process is going to go along here as you see Aries in that rear chin lock now fighting his way out of it. Applies the hammerlock to James Gibson, who has his trainer in his corner.
Danny Ray in the corner of James Gibson, trying to give him some encouragement here as he goes for the top prize here in ROH. Well, the top prize, unless you ask Samoa Joe.
Well, that's always up for debate. But of course, one thing that's not up for debate right now is either man's wrestling skill. And the atmosphere here in Dayton, Ohio, Friday the 13th, you could cut it with a knife. Dayton's seen a lot of big-time heavyweight matches, a lot of title bouts going on here. Of course, probably the most famous would be the first hour draw that I had with Samoa Joe. No, Dave, you didn't like that?
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah,
you didn't like
it was an
that
excellent
one?
match.
Well, speak up.
James Gibson,
Austin
Aries
Aries
with the Greco-Roman knuckle lock. They're cautious about the matchup. You know, it's still the feeling out process here in the early going. As he kicks away one hand of the knuckle lock, sweeps the legs of Aries. Lateral press by Gibson to his feet, takes him over with the arm drag and bars the arm.
Gibson's going for a lot of pin attempts early on here, and you see him right now cranking on that arm. You see the way Gibson looked at that belt right before he gave it back to the referee.
Well, you know, it was within his grasp in Boston. He almost had the victory against Austin Aries. This is a great opportunity right here in front of a crowd that is appreciative of possibly a lengthy world title match here as they feel each other out here in the early going.
Gibson not letting go of that arm. You see Austin Aries trying to roll, possibly look for an escape. Gibson holding on now, riding it down into a hammerlock on the mat.
Of course, Austin Aries got that big victory last week in Manhattan against Alex Shelley as Generation Next collided. Can he hold on to the title against a very aggressive James Gibson who really wants to make his mark? He's had some excellent matches, not only against Spanky last time here in Dayton, but you know, a great match against Rocky Romero at Back to Basics. Black Tiger last week in Manhattan, really showing what he's made of. Aries gets the shot into the top wrist lock, holding on to it, and holding his ground is Gibson until he takes the leg out from him and takes him down to the mat. Senior official Todd Sinclair checking the shoulder. And Aries just stomping away at the chest.
Aries surprisingly not following up on that.
Like you said, they are very cautious. He knows that it's all on the line. He knows what Gibson can do in that ring. You know, both men wanted the match to continue after that double pin. If it wasn't for, just how much hatred between Alex Shelley and Austin Aries existed, and that Alex Shelley was coming after that title of Austin Aries in Manhattan and attacked him before the referee could restart that match. We could have seen a winner in Boston, but unfortunately, we have to wait until tonight to see who is the better man between these two.
Austin Aries with a side headlock now on Gibson. Run up the ropes attempt.
Finally, Aries connects with the drop kick to the chest as neither man was able to keep the advantage for more than a split second. Pulling Gibson back to his feet, clubbing away at that back. Of course, has that nagging back injury after Roderick Strong injured it with that Boston Crab with the knee driven into the back. It has plagued James Gibson in recent weeks. As Austin Aries going for the roll, Gibson holds on and knocks the champion down to the canvas. Gibson steps over the body of Aries, puts on the brakes as Aries out to the floor. But he connects with the kick, sending Aries right into the steel barricade.
Gibson's not waiting for this belt. He's coming to get it. And Austin Aries, this is probably his biggest challenge to date.
Solid chop across the chest of Aries. Gibson just measures him for the forearm strike. Aries has taken the title belt to Europe, Canada, and defended it against the best in different territories across the United States, including Full Impact Pro down in Florida, really trying to bring prestige to the title in the wake of defeating Samoa Joe for the belt at Final Battle 2004.
Austin Aries sent hard into that turnbuckle. Now Gibson's following it up with shots to his head. Nice elbow. Lateral press, but he only gets a 2 count.
Gibson in control right here as he goes to pick Aries back up off the canvas. Elevates him, backbreaker right over the knee. Again, only a near fall for Gibson. Grabbing hold of the arms of Aries as the knee in the champion's back. Just stretching it out.
And it looks like Gibson's game plan is to set in weight and pull this one out. Looks like he's in it for the long haul. He's going to try to wear down Austin Aries as best as he can because he knows how tough Aries is after stalemate. Aries knows how tough Gibson is after stalemate. This is going to be a war of attrition, Dave.
Gibson just going to work on the lower back of Aries, trying to soften him up. Sends Aries into the ropes, holds on. Gibson comes charging, pulls down on the top rope, and out to the floor he goes. Aries goes soaring through the ropes, and the back of James Gibson just collided with that steel barricade.
Like a heat-seeking missile, going after that back that's already previously been injured by the policeman of the Generation Next, Roderick Strong.
And again, sends him into the barricade once again.
Those barricades seeing a lot of action tonight.
Of course, besides taking the title internationally and across the United States against the top Ring of Honor talent, he has successfully defended that title against a host of challengers. Rematch against Samoa Joe.
Right there, Dave Prazak, right there. That could have been the pivotal moment in this match. I thought he was going to go after his back, but it appears to be he's going after the left arm of James Gibson. And what do we got coming up right here? He can't. Oh, Dave!
Wow, just sandwiches that arm between the barricade and his knee.
I thought he was going for one of those patented Austin Aries drop kicks, but instead of sacrificing his own body and taking the brunt of it landing on the floor, he just threw his knee into that guardrail in his arm like a freight train. James Gibson is hurt.
Yeah, by this point, not only has he done damage to the back in the early going of the matchup, but now he's got a second body part, that injured arm of James Gibson now to focus on.
You see James Gibson's trainer right there yelling encouragement at him.
Aries just measuring him and connects with a kick. Austin Aries is determined to show that he is a worthy ROH World Champion. You know, it's a lot to live up to, the previous title reign of Samoa Joe, but he said that he is going to defend the title on a more frequent basis, bring it more internationally, defend it against all comers to really bring prestige to the belt. He's been a great champion thus far. Will it come to an end tonight in Dayton, Ohio?
And look at this, wearing out James Gibson's arm on that bottom rope. Referee applies a 5 count. Austin Aries, of course, breaks for fear of being disqualified. He wants to pin or submit James Gibson.
We want to see who the better man is here. I mean, we didn't see a decision at stalemate. Who is the better man? Gibson not going down, trying to hold his crown. Finally collapses to his knee. Listen to this crowd get behind these two. Trying to encourage Gibson to keep fighting, despite his back, despite that arm. Wrapped in the bottom rope and just stomping away on it.
Once again using that rope, and you see almost instinctively how James Gibson keeps his left arm close to his body. Like a bird with a clipped wing. He doesn't want that arm to separate from his body too much.
Trying to fight back with his good arm here. Going to work on the midsection of Aries. Boot to the gut by Aries as he's got Gibson now. Reversal of the whip. Aries center to the rope. Stucks his head.
Wait, we could be going for a brainbuster right here, Dave. No, small package.
Successfully able to avoid the brainbuster attempt right there, but Aries brings him right back down on the mat. Gets yet another near fall.
Gibson cannot follow up after that small package and gets stopped once again by champion Austin Aries.
Neither man able to put his opponent away with brainbusters at stalemate. Aries still focusing right on that injured arm.
Vicious uppercut and applies an armbar dead center in the middle of the ring.
Nowhere for Gibson to go. Crowd encouraging him to make his way to the ropes or try to counter out of this.
Now for those of you at home who don't think that hold hurts, you try locking out your elbow and staying there while somebody cranks on it.
Leapfrog from Gibson. Monkey flips Aries into the ring ropes.
Aries lands right on his head.
Gibson holding that bad arm close. Knee to the midsection of Aries now. And again. Gibson doing his best to fight even with one arm, and Aries goes to the eyes.
A little bit of desperation there by the champ. That arm on James Gibson is all but useless. Knuckle lock applied by Austin Aries, pulling James Gibson up off the mat.
Elevating him now. Drives him down to the canvas. No, refusing to be pinned. But of course, we've seen that Gibson will not easily submit, will not easily give up in the ROH ring, as Spanky had to throw in the towel back at the Best of the American Super Juniors tournament in order for him to lose that match after sustaining that back injury at the hands of Roderick Strong. So even though Aries is focusing on that arm, it's not going to be too easy to get James Gibson to say I quit.
Certainly not. He's going to throw everything he can at Austin Aries, whether that arm's hurt or not. And we just saw earlier a very smart maneuver by Austin Aries. A side slam. Oh!
Again, just driving the arm down into the canvas and going right back after it. And you'll notice in the center of the ring, nowhere for Gibson to reach the ropes to force a break. Referee asking if he needs to give it up here. Aries changing it up just a little bit. Drives the knee down into that arm. Relentless, going to work on it. The fans here in Dayton, Ohio, seeing a classic thus far, split in their support of these two competitors. Gibson firing back on Aries.
Gibson fighting back with the heart of a champion.
Aries takes the buckle. Gibson comes charging into the boot. Aries now to the second rope. Grabs hold of that arm. Tornado divorce court. Not enough to put him away.
definitely not enough to put him away. As I said earlier, Gibson fights with the heart of a champion. He wants that belt more than anything in his entire career, and he's throwing everything he can at Austin Aries. He's going to fight him off. I mean, in fact, Gibson, at Best of the American Super Juniors, or actually at Stalemate, I'm sorry, for the world title, the first time he has done a springboard plancha or a moonsault in about 5 years, Dave Prazak.
Busting it all out.
Letting it all hang out. You got to wonder what other kind of tricks he has up his sleeves tonight.
He's got Aries up. Oh, drives him down.
Samoan drop on the champion.
Frees his arm from that pressure that Aries was applying.
Gibson not able to follow up.
He's trying his best here. Another knee to the midsection of Aries. Chop with his good arm across the chest. Sends Aries into the ropes. Ducks his head and pays the price. Gets kicked right in that arm. Power slam from Gibson. So close.
Both men lying prone on the canvas right now.
As Danny Ray encouraging Gibson to dig down for an extra burst of energy. Gibson firing up on Aries, getting his second win. Aries, back body drop from Gibson.
Body slam by Gibson. Gibson's going up top.
Gibson to the second rope. Leg drop down across the throat.
Still keeping that injured arm close to his body, but attempting to pin nonetheless.
We've seen Aries attempt to go for that brainbuster, but Gibson blocking the attempt. He knows what that feels like after stalemate. As now Gibson setting the buckle once again, gets the elbow up.
He got the elbow up, but it was instinctive. He got that left elbow up, and that's the arm that's hurt, Dave. This could be a serious injury if this plays out the way I think it's going to.
Oh, landing on his feet. Drop kick to the knee of Aries. Gibson with knees to the side of the head of the ROH World Champion. Off the ropes he comes. Running knee strike to the side of the head.
The impact on that was tremendous. You see Gibson trying to use whatever limbs he can besides that hurt one. Roaring elbow. Gibson's to his feet. Double clothesline.
Both men are down. Todd Sinclair checking on their condition. Danny Ray encouraging Gibson to get back to his feet. Of course, Gibson likes to put to use that front guillotine choke to put away his opponents as of late. He has yet to go for that maneuver thus far.
Look at this slugfest in the middle of the ring here. Gibson off the far side. Wallops Aries right upside the head. Leg lariat sends Aries to the floor.
And into the barricade Aries goes as well.
Come on, Gibson. You can't pin the man on the floor. Get him back in that ring.
In the ring, guys.
Gibson out to the floor.
No, you gotta be kidding me.
The Tiger Driver on the floor. He's thinking about it.
He's shaking off that arm.
Aries down to one knee trying to block the attempt. Brainbuster on the floor. Oh, using his leverage to block, and he drops Aries on the barricade. Crotched on the barricade, the ROH World Champion. Clothesline into the front row.
These guys now trying to kill each other. No count out here in Ring of Honor.
Of course, the question becomes, if he gets the action back inside the ring, with that bad arm, can he even cinch in that front guillotine choke? Just like in their first confrontation, James Gibson pulling out amazing maneuvers, doing whatever it takes to try to earn the victory.
What can I say, Dave Prazak? We are in the midst of a world title match, aren't we? This is unbelievable.
Even with one arm, James Gibson, the heart of a lion, really trying his best to take that championship off of the waist of Austin Aries.
Dumping Aries back over the guardrail, trying to get the man back into the ring.
grabs hold of Austin Aries, trying to pull him back up to the ring apron. Looking to suplex him back inside the squared circle. Aries trying to block.
And he does successfully. Gibson now raining headbutts onto the champion.
A little bit of damage to himself, connecting with the maneuver. Now trying to get that suplex once again. Again, Aries blocks. And drops that arm over the top ring rope. Twisting body press. Cover! No! Two high-flying maneuvers from Austin Aries. Gibson, bad arm and all. Hanging in there, staying in the matchup, not giving it up.
Aries looks like he's loading up that elbow, maybe.
He's got to be brainbuster.
He's got to be close to maybe setting up for the 450 as well, Dave.
Pulling him into the center of the ring, going for the brainbuster. Down to one knee goes James Gibson, trying to block the attempt. Shot to the midsection by Aries. Clubbing forearms across the back, trying to soften him up. Off the ropes comes the champ. Gets the boot up into Aries. Neck breaker.
Vintage James Gibson right there. Captures the lariat attempt, swings it around into a picture-perfect neck breaker.
No, Aries gets his shoulder up at 2.5.
It is so hard to pin a man when you only have one arm. Gibson now feeding off the energy of this crowd. He's going for the Tiger Driver, Dave. He can't get it.
Aries blocks. He's got him up on his shoulders. Plants him. Maybe a setup for the 450. Aries ascends to the top.
He hit that Finley roll.
Aries can't believe it. I can't believe it.
That's as close as it gets right there, Dave Prazak. 2 15/16, and Aries is in shock.
These fans are in shock. He kicked out of the 450 of Austin Aries. That's what won him the ROH World title.
He's got the brainbuster left and rights and lefts in the corner. James Gibson fights back like a wounded animal.
Trying to fight his way out of the corner. Aries with the running drop kick to the mush. Aries also has yet to try to bust out that crucifix bomb, which could do even more damage to the arm and the shoulder of Gibson.
Aries setting up for another high-impact dropkick in the corner.
This time he moves out of the way, and Austin Aries goes down. Gibson back to his feet.
He's got the choke, Dave. He's got the choke.
This could be it right here. No, drives him into the buckle.
Tiger Driver.
Tiger Driver.
He had that choke on. He had that choke, and in desperation, he had to let go. His arm is too hurt, Dave Prazak, but he successfully hit the Tiger Driver, which has put down lesser men, just as the Austin Aries 450 has put down lesser men. These two guys are letting it all hang out here in Dayton, Ohio.
Backbreaker right over the knee. James Gibson looking to go up top. Busting out that moonsault once again, but he pays the price. Austin Aries moves out of the way.
Austin Aries
pulls himself back to his feet.
Got to use the ropes. Oh, there's a kick right to the face.
Aries knows his title is in jeopardy right here. Brainbuster coming up, right on his head.
Kick to the face, brainbuster. This is almost the same series of moves that put down Samoa Joe at Final Battle.
Going for another 450. Gibson still down on the canal. He's back to his feet. Takes out the legs from Aries.
Gibson's running on fumes here.
Chop across the chest. Just going to work. Open hand strikes and chops to the chest of Austin Aries. Gibson all the way up top.
Hey, Dave Prazak, he's got the choke. He's on the top rope and he's got the choke.
Oh, Aries giving up. Referee getting in there. He needs to break the hold. He's in the ropes.
against him almost. Austin Aries, a modified powerbomb off the top rope, and he manages to retain his Ring of Honor title.
What a back and forth contest. Really shows what kind of a fighting champion Austin Aries is, and just what a competitor James Gibson is here in Ring of Honor. This is Dave Prazak here at Intermission in Dayton, Ohio, as we set up the steel cage for your main event, Bryan Danielson and Homicide, to finally settle the best of 5 series inside the steel cage. They're too intense, we can't even get near their locker room. So joining me right now at this time, the Ring of Honor Pure Champion, Samoa Joe. And tonight, Samoa Joe, a successful start to your Pure title reign, but not really so successful because you didn't really play a factor in the decision of that match tonight.
Well, Dave Prazak, you might say tonight's finish was sort of ironic. You know, there's a lot of ironic things happening here in Ring of Honor. Not too long ago, I'm holding the very same belt that, ironically enough, I sought to discredit. But you see, now it's a whole new game, Dave Prazak. Because you see, everybody knows that the ROH World title meant something only after I put my hands on it. So what's the score now, Dave Prazak? Tonight, you see me here with the Pure Championship. A belt which, in most fans' eyes, doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot. But a belt who, when is put in my hands, will mean everything in the world. Tonight, Dave Prazak, I make a proclamation, and it's very simple. The Pure Wrestling Championship will be the only championship in ROH worth anything anymore. And it's simply because it belongs to me.
Whoa. Hey guys, I don't mean to be the letter C in an AB conversation, but look, Joe, I know you haven't had your head buried in the sand for the past 6 months, and I've had some problems with Generation Next, and you've taken it to Generation Next. I need a tag team partner tomorrow, and I like pure wrestling, and you like pure wrestling.
Let me cut you off right there. Do you know why I have problems with Generation Next right now? Well, let me refresh your memory. You see, not too long ago, a former leader of said Generation Next decided to stick his nose in my business. A former leader of Generation X decided that it'd be a good idea if maybe, I don't know, Samoa Joe got a ring from the new guys. And you know what that former leader can do?
I have some ideas, but...
Go find himself some friends.
I suppose that is what I could do, isn't it? Great.
Steel cage main event still to come here in Dayton, Ohio.
That's all she wrote. They're trying to break his arm.
An arm submission. I haven't seen this out of Homicide before. And Josh Daniels nowhere to go. He taps. He's got the arm.
I'll beat you in your own game.
He taps.
Next time we get in the ring, I'm gonna hurt you bad.
Another double knockout, but Homicide lands on Bryan Danielson.
Homicide!
American Dragon, tonight you're gonna find out why they call me the Notorious 187.
The best of 5 series goes on.
He came to my world title match and screwed me, attacking Jay. You call yourself the Dragon? Homeboy, I'm the Slayer, and I'm gonna slay you tonight. Notorious 187 is gonna be victory. You know what I'm saying? Victory! And the Rockwise got something for you, American Dragon.
It's all on the line right here as we decide the best of 5 series inside the steel cage, but they're not even inside the cage. They're taking the battle on the floor. This match, I don't even think it's officially started. The bell hasn't rung yet. Now they have to get inside the cage before the referee will officially begin the match. Homicide not wasting any time. It doesn't have to be inside the cage. He'll do damage on the floor first. Danielson has already busted open from that razor-sharp fork. Homicide does not want to fall in this best of 5 series. He's got something to prove. You people know the history of it. You know about the I Quit match in Boston, the tape fist match in Elizabeth, New Jersey, the Falls Count Anywhere match in Chicago, the Lumberjack match in Boston, the violence, the hatred, the brutality. We're tied 2-2. We're going to get a decisive winner right here in Dayton, inside the steel cage, if they ever make their way into the cage. Homicide just punching away at that lacerated forehead of Bryan Danielson, trying to cause even more blood to flow into his eyes. Going back for that fork. Oh, he's just carving the forehead of Bryan Danielson. Use the fork. We saw that fork used in Elizabeth, New Jersey in that tape fist match. Homicide pulling it out again. All the way around the ring they go. This time the point of the elbow right to the head. Seeing the vicious side of Homicide right here. Yeah, he's one of the best hold-for-hold wrestlers in the business, but he can go in a fight as well. That's what we see here. And we've seen that side of Bryan Danielson for the first time, known as a great technical wrestler before this feud. We've seen the violent side of Bryan Danielson. We've seen the brawling side, and we've seen the fact he can mix it up with the best in the business like Homicide.
This is county jail. You don't do this shit at county jail.
Homicide comparing the cage to county jail. Again, using that fork to just dig into the flesh of Danielson. You notice no Julius Smokes at ringside, no Loki, no Ricky Reyes, no Rocky Romero tonight. All the Rottweilers have been banned from the building. They've been banned from the Midwest this weekend. Bell officially rings to start this match as they enter the steel cage, and Todd Sinclair shuts the door. Pinfall or submission to decide the winner. These two said forget about the escape the rules clause. We're not going to try to escape the cage. We want to get at each other. We want a pinfall or submission victory in this one. It's all about a decisive winner. No Rottweilers in the Midwest. One-on-one. Bryan Danielson and Homicide. The 5th and decisive match of the best of 5 series is underway. Yeah, no escape. The object of this rivalry between Homicide and Danielson has not been who can run away from the fight first. It's going to be decided via pinfall or submission tonight. Into the cage, face first, goes Dragon. Dave, so far I've neglected to mention the other important factor in this match. The winner of this bout will go on to Chicago tomorrow night and nowhere to run, and they will get a shot at the world title held by Austin Aries. Just launches that chair at the head of Danielson. And of course the loser of the match to take on Doug Williams tomorrow night in Chicago. You're going to get 2 dream matches no matter who wins or loses this one, but you better believe that Danielson and Homicide want that shot at the world title as they exchange vicious chops. Beaten and bloodied or not, Danielson is firing right back on the notorious 187 face first into the cage. Pulls him back up, and once again driving Homicide's head into the steel. He's got that chair now, and launches it at Homicide. Who would have ever thought that you would have seen this side against Bryan Danielson? I mean, this is a guy who had that epic encounter against Paul London, that 2 out of 3 mile fall match, and now he's got a fork. Bryan Danielson's going to use a fork for the first time in his ROH career. Showing just how much of a versatile performer he is. He's not going to back down from Homicide. Not when it's all on the line. Not in the deciding matchup of the series.
The fork cutting the skin of Homicide open.
As if the steel cage wasn't enough of a weapon, that fork brought into the ring by Homicide, being put to use on him by Danielson.
Those razor sharp spokes driving into the flesh of Homicide, cutting it open, and what's Danielson doing now?
Man, did you see his neck just twist upon impact, head first into the steel cage?
That is just steel right there. There is no give.
And onto the opposite side of the cage as well. Danielson's on fire here.
These two weren't messing around. There's no feeling out process in this match. These two going right for the win. Big European uppercut from Danielson.
Homicide staying on his feet though. Finally the third takes Homicide down.
When we saw Bryan Danielson fighting Austin Aries for 75 minutes and testing the limit, who would have ever thought he would end up in a match like this one day?
Butterfly suplex from Danielson. Goes for the cover.
You see the blood of Homicide on the body of Bryan Danielson. And look at Danielson using his fingernails to try to tear that cut open even more.
See the expression of pain on the face of Homicide. Cross face from Danielson.
Oh, this is just flat out a war.
Sets up that chair. Two chairs inside the cage.
Danielson has managed to suplex Homicide through the chairs like that on a few occasions in this feud. He's going for it again.
No, Homicide using his leverage to block the suplex attempt. Trying to turn it on it. Turn the tables on Danielson. And that chair is destroyed.
That is the first time that Homicide has successfully suplexed Danielson through the chairs.
So much for that chair as he's got the other one. And just unleashing on the back of Danielson. Sets up that chair on one corner of the ring.
You could hear the impact. That's just pure hatred right there. That chair smacking against the flesh on the back of Bryan Danielson.
Pulling Danielson back up. Takes him down, holding onto the legs. Maybe looking to slingshot him into the cage. Face first into the steel goes Danielson. And now Homicide digging for some more weaponry.
You gotta ask yourself, what did Homicide just put something under that bandana?
Good question.
As I was saying though, Dave, you gotta ask yourself, are either of these athletes gonna be in any condition to take on Austin Aries tomorrow night for the world title?
Steel cage, one of the most brutal and physically taxing matches in professional wrestling. And we're seeing not one but two during the course of this weekend.
Don't forget though, Austin Aries coming off a very tough match against James Gibson tonight. And look at Danielson, he's not gonna take it.
Getting an extra burst of energy. Danielson with Homicide, sent to the ropes, meets the elbow. Irish whip, hard into the buckle goes Homicide. Danielson with the running forearm strike. Homicide in once again, and he's got the chair. Down goes Homicide, as now Danielson may be looking to cinch in that Mexican surfboard.
It looks like he's trying to incorporate some wrestling in this match. This is one of the most effective weapons from Bryan Danielson. We've seen him use it on the greats like Jushin Liger, like AJ Styles. Will Homicide quit? Homicide, a thumb to the eye, gets out of the hold, not quitting, showing his toughness, showing how much he wants to win.
Snap suplex from Danielson.
Homicide has been in some brutal battles but no rope barbed wire match against Steve Corino at War of the Wire. Bitter friends, stiffer enemies against Corino. That legendary bloodbath. Of course, a feud against Samoa Joe. This might be his toughest feud yet.
Danielson was climbing the ropes there. Again, there's no escape, but you know, you can always use that cage as a weapon for extra elevation on high-risk maneuvers. And this is pretty high risk right here, exchanging headbutts while standing on the top rope.
That could easily give both these men a concussion. Those headbutts are absolutely brutal.
Camera guy's way. Who's gonna get the advantage here?
The struggle's going on.
Ace Crusher off the top rope from Homicide. Cover. No, Danielson with the shoulder up.
Both men have gone fast and furious in this one. They have taken an extreme beating.
Oh, looking for the lariat, winding up his Homicide.
If he hits it, it could be over. No.
Ducks underneath, cradles that leg.
Regal
Plex. So very close right there for Danielson.
That's how Danielson won the match in Chicago to keep this series alive. Homicide kicking out of the Regal Plex.
Both men very physically worn down from the hard-hitting battle thus far inside the steel cage here in Dayton. Homicide with the boot. Knee lift to the midsection of Danielson. What can Homicide have in mind here? Climbing up over the cage.
He might have had enough. Homicide, if you notice, he's wearing those jean shorts tonight. He said it's a tribute to FMW. And these two are battling on the top of the cage.
Chopping away at Danielson, grabbing hold of the nose of Homicide.
Homicide biting the thumb. Both men clawing, ripping, tearing, biting, whatever it takes.
Both men standing on the top rope. Forearm strike from Danielson. And again.
Oh, yeah.
Just tosses Homicide down inside the ring.
Was it maybe Danielson trying to escape now?
I don't think he's going to run away from the fight.
That's gotta be it. Go for the cover. Danielson taking a huge risk right there. Cover. No, not yet. Danielson trying to crawl over. Cover. Oh, Homicide somehow getting out of it. I think he was just rolling around in pain. Danielson called for the airplane spin. We've seen it in just about every match. I think every match of this series.
Oh, elbows his way out of it. Pile driver from Homicide. Oh, Danielson kicking out.
He might have an injured neck after that one, though. Homicide trying to psych himself up. Trying to get some adrenaline going. He's been hit with a headbutt off the top of the cage. Bryan Danielson has been hit with a top rope ace crusher. These two are absolutely demolishing each other. The winner gets a world title shot tomorrow night.
Trying to put a stop to whatever Homicide had in mind. See that now on the top turnbuckle, Danielson meets him.
Danielson going for high impact.
Belly to back suplex off the top rope. Not enough to pull away Homicide. Pulls it back up. Full Nelson applied by Dragon. Broken by Homicide. Oh, low blow. Up comes the elbow pad. Lariat coming up.
Just like their first match. Cover. Oh, Danielson kicked out. That was just like Reborn Stage 2.
That shows just how much both of these men want the victory, want to walk away from this best of 5 series with their hand raised. And what's this? A Homicide's got brass knuckles. That's what he was hiding. That's what won him the tape fist match, the brass knuckles. And I don't know if Danielson even knows that he's got him on right now. Ducks underneath. That connects with the forearm strike himself. Go for the airplane spin. He's got it. Is it ever going to end? This is the longest airplane spin in history. He's still going. How is Danielson even still standing? Both these guys have to be done. The longest airplane spin ever. Cover! Bryan Danielson with the most airplane spins I've ever seen. I don't know how many rotations that was, but the point is, Homicide had to withstand more than anyone. And it earns the victory for the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, here in the steel cage, wins him the best of 5 series. Oh, I can't believe the brutality, but we just saw what intensity from both men. What a match. Bryan Danielson going on tomorrow night in Chicago, nowhere to run. He will be faced with Austin Aries, and he will have an opportunity to become the new Ring of Honor World Champion. Homicide will be faced with a first-time ever match against Doug Williams. They should both be great matches. Tomorrow night, Chicago, nowhere to be run. Nowhere to run, but right now, we got to check on the condition of both these athletes. They put it on all on the line. Who knows if they'll even be in shape to go tomorrow night. What an effort. What a night in Dayton for CM Punk and Dave Prazak. I'm Jimmy Fowler. Thank you for joining us, and let's only hope that these two have earned each other's respects, and they'll shake hands now. It doesn't change the fact that you suck, Sinclair.
beat twice in a row. But then again, you choked, just like the Yankees. And Homicide, you want to continue this feud? You want to continue this?